This week on the Hooters Tour with Lee Moore and Kim Briel. Coming up this half hour, 3 rounds at the Golden Corral Classic in Douglas, Georgia. We'll also meet 2 former PGA touring stars, along with a look through the Hooters scrapbook. An exciting week in Douglas, Georgia, coming your way next.
Hi, my name is Kelly from the Jacksonville Hooters. Welcome to This Week on the Hooters Tour. Please don't go away. Kim and Lee will be right back.
Our girls earn their wings every day.
Hooters, it's not just a restaurant, it's an adventure.
If you take fresh eggs, cream, and right off the farm fresh vegetables, add pure vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, natural honey, herbs and spices, and maybe generous amounts of aged blue cheese in just the right portions, blended under refrigeration to the peak of perfection, you'd know why we call our products naturally fresh.
We blended nature's best, naturally.
Hello everybody and welcome once again to This Week on the Hooters Tour. I'm Lee Moore and along with Kim Briel. We're here again this week to bring you a lot of activity from the Douglas Golf and Country Club, Kim, and we've been here before.
We've been here 3 previous times, just making it our 4th trip here with the Hooters Tour. And this week, Lee, the guys had to battle rain and thunder and lightning. Not ideal conditions. Saturday's round was just washed out, so they'll be playing under 54 holes of championship golf.
Yep, but we still played for the $100,000 purse, so that $15,000 first place is still out there. We started the week, of course, with our Monday qualifier, and then we had the big junior clinic. So the Monday qualifier was first, and that's where 10 guys try to get into the field. The Monday 10-spot qualifier was led by a member of the Hooters Tour, Chris Behrens. Chris shot a 2-under par 70. Hans Albertson was second with a 71. You can check out the rest of that top 10 that was added to the field of 144. In our Tuesday Golden Corral shootout, Ralph Howe edged out Jack O'Keefe. He did that on the final hole with a birdie.
In the Wednesday Pro-Am League, Jack O'Keefe headed up the team of Darren White, C.B. White, Tony David, and Robin White with a score of 29 under par. A great score.
Douglas Golf and Country Club, just a little over 6,600 yards from the tips. You've got to be accurate off the tee. You can make up some strokes on the par 5s. Our Hooters Tour players really love playing this course. Hal Weathers, the head pro, tells us about the difficulties.
Number 11, a 212-yard par 3. The carry over the water is over 200 yards, and the green is almost completely surrounded by water. The prevailing wind is usually in the player's face, so if the pin is on top of the 2-layered green, you may want to hit a 2-iron, although I have seen it blow hard enough to hit a 3-wood. Probably the 2 toughest holes back-to-back you can find are 11 and 12. 12 is a 374-yard par 4. Number 12 is our most challenging hole on the golf course. When the tees are back, it is at least a 200-yard carry to the landing area, which is less than 30 yards across and 75 yards deep. The landing area is protected by the 17-mile river in front and wetlands on the left, right, and back. After you've landed safely on the landing area, your approach shot to the green is also protected by a pond on the left and behind and grass bunkers in front. When the pin is located at the top left, you can expect some high scores.
Thanks, Al, for the insight to a great little golf course. Now, Thursday's first round is going to start early on that morning. It's going to finish, though, on Friday morning. The weather jumps into us quickly. Here's Kim with a call on the first 18 holes of the Golden Corral Classic.
The Golden Corral Classic at Douglas Golf and Country Club, and 49 players scoring subpar rounds. One of those, Jack O'Keefe of Little Rock, Arkansas. After placing third last week, Jack seen here on the par 3 17th hole, birdieing on his way to a 4-under par 68. Dave Schreier of Peachtree City, Georgia, finds a birdie here at the par 5 13th hole. Schreier will fire a 3-under par 69 and will be tied for 10th place heading into round 2. Kent Jones of Carlsbad, New Mexico, had sides of 37-34 on his way to a 71. This chip on the par 5 6th hole sets up this birdie putt. Our winner last week in Auburn was Brian Gay. Here, Brian will set us up on his approach into the par 4 10th hole.
This is approach shot on number 10. I believe I had about 114 to the hole and hit a little knockdown pitching wedge in there right below the hole, about 7 feet or so, and lined up the putt. I think I played it right edge, and it just turned a little more than I expected it to.
Gay will finish the day with a 72. A lot of new names surfacing on the Hooters leaderboards early this season. Brian Cortan, one of those. He is from Spearfish, South Dakota. A par here on the par 4th 10th hole. Mr. Cortan posts a 2-under par 70 on day 1. Now on to hole number 10, where Terrence Miskell of Fort Worth, Texas, will settle with a par on his way to a 68. He, along with Chattanooga, Tennessee's Jeff Cook, will be in a bunch at 68. Cook parring here on the par 3 7th hole. He's coming out of the blocks hot early this season. And a couple of other names to watch out for in round 2. Rob McKelvey of Lawrenceville, Georgia. McKelvey heads into Friday 1 under par. Trey Coker of Boise, Louisiana will save par on the par 4th 10th hole with this chip. He will be 6 strokes back of our leader heading into round 2. Our leader, though, is David Bishop of Plantation, Florida, who had sides of 33-33 to be our first round leader by 1 over Robert Ireland of Longwood, Florida, Ralph Howe of Sayville, New York, and Mitch Lowe of Galt, California. 5 players are 2 back at 4 under par, including Terrence Miskell, Jeff Cook, Kenny Miller of Huntsville, Alabama, Jack O'Keefe, and Tom Shaw of Texas.
When we come back, a couple of Douglas natives and former PGA Tour stars, Lynn Lott and Larry Henson. We'll talk to them right after this. Lynn Lott and Larry Henson, like so many other PGA Tour players of the 70s, are now getting their game fine-tuned for the Seniors Tour.
Lynn Lott and Larry Henson have made their marks in the world of professional golf. Larry is the older of the two. He was pleased to be able to help the former University of Georgia golfer Lott on his way to the tour back in the 70s.
It was fun. It was fun watching Lynn. I was happy when he turned pro, and I helped him get a few sponsors exemptions. I got him one over in Columbus with the Southern Open.
He's a great player, a great person, and I hope he tries the senior tour. He's eligible for it now.
Larry had to overcome a major physical obstacle in pro golf. Remember, he was the guy with the withered left arm, a result of polio at an early age.
I took it as a challenge, you know, and anytime, if you ever heard someone say, gosh, he'll never be able to do it or something of that nature, you just buckle down and say, hey, I'll show those people. And you know, when you get there, you can't ever find those people that said that.
For Lott, one of his proudest moments was playing in the 1976 U.S. Open.
I never should have even been playing in that tournament. If it wasn't for Lee Trevino withdrawing, I never would have even gotten in it. I was an alternate playing, of course, finished 8th in the tournament. That was a big thrill. And I played well the next year in Tulsa. And, of course, all that got me in the Masters. And I had a lot of good memories from playing out there.
Meanwhile, what does Larry think about the Hooters Tour?
I'm proud of the Hooters Tour. It makes people work at it. There's numbers being shot out here on this golf course this week. And I'm proud to see that those boys can play, because if they can shoot those numbers here, they can shoot them on the big tour. Douglas is certainly proud of both Lynn and Larry. Larry has his own golf course here now, and Lynn's tied into the family business. As a matter of fact, a couple of other famous athletes of the past are from here. Greg Walker played with the White Sox and also with the Orioles. And then Ricardo Ingram, who used to play at Georgia Tech, now plays in the Detroit Tigers farm system. Also, small town, but a lot of big names. Speaking of big names, the guys on our tour that had the big names after Thursday is going to start Friday's round. So let's check out Friday. Friday's second round will not get started until mid-morning and will not actually conclude until Saturday morning, right before 10. The 36 holes means enough has been played for an official tournament, and tournament director Cliff Calvert talked about the difficulty even in getting 2 rounds in this tough weather.
With rain early in the week, we had to forced ourselves to finish Thursday's round on Friday, Friday's round on Saturday. You know, as you know, we lost Saturday's round altogether, but we got beautiful conditions today for our 54-hole event.
David Bishop of Plantation, Florida is our leader heading to round 2. He's in a threesome with Robert Bovee of Edmond, Oklahoma, and Bill Smith of Walstenburg, North Carolina. Starting the day, Bovee was 5 over par, Smith 1 under par, and Bishop again is the leader at 6 under par. At hole number 4, Bovee will pick up a birdie 3 off this putt. Smith is going to get his par, and he's still 1 under for the tournament and even on the day. Bishop's going to make his par. He talked about starting the second round with a 1-shot lead.
I was excited about being in the lead again after the second day. The second round I played extremely well again. I drove the ball extremely well. Out here you have to do that for the par 5s. The par 5s I played extremely well. I don't know how many birdies I made. Made 1 eagle on Friday. I hold a sandwich from 100 yards out on 1 bounce, which helped. That always helps.
Another player who will improve his score in this round is Sean Haberstroh of Scottsdale, Arizona. Check out this approach at 17.
Yeah, Lee, I had about 156 into the hole on hole 17. I was 1 under at the time, so I felt like I needed to make birdie to ensure that I made the cut, and I hit a good shot in there about 8 feet below the hole, and the putt broke a little left, and I knocked it right in.
Meanwhile, Stephen Larrick of Blythewood, South Carolina, cans a putt for 3 at 17. He'll be in a group of 68 who'll make the 36-hole cut, set at even par 144. The 36-hole leaderboard has David Bishop in with 266s. Jack O'Keefe is 1 shot back with Rich Parker in at 10 under. There are 8 players within striking distance for Sunday's final round.
This week we bring you the first of many in a new series called Where Are They Now? Former Hooters tour player John Worrell and his father Dick.
John Worrell's a familiar figure this week playing on the Hooters Tour. John and his dad Dick have been a pair for 3 seasons on this tour prior to missing last year due to some injury problems. The former Georgia player still hoping for a career on the PGA Tour, but after the injury, he's just trying to play himself back into shape.
You know, I had that injury and it was about probably 10 months without playing any competition. And you know, it takes a while, but I mean, I'm back playing full time. When I haven't played on this, I've been playing in Florida. And I worked at the dealership while I was injured, but I'm not doing that anymore. So it's coming back, but it's a lot of hard work. And you know, when you lose 10 months, a lot of guys go right by you.
Dick Worrell is highly regarded in the Douglas business community. He's been highly successful here, operated a car dealership, a chicken processing plant, a bowling alley, and had other interests. However, Dick's heart really seems to be in 2 places. One is John's caddy, the other is doing volunteer work for the Salvation Army.
Sharing's a part of life. You do put a lot, like working with Salvation Army, why you put a lot of into it, but my rewards, my personal rewards, are greater than they were in business, even though we received nothing monetarily. Just seeing people that are hurting lifted up, it's tremendous feeling. It pays very, very good.
For John, the lessons from Mom and Dad have been very meaningful, and they've affected, no doubt, the way he works and plays.
I mean, it's a big influence because I go up and work at the care center sometimes, you know, like on a day like today, if we get rained out and I can't play, I'll go help him, but no, I think it does set the standard.
Stick around. There's still more to come on This Week on the Hooters Tour.
Hi, my name's Julie, and I'm from the Jacksonville Hooters. If you think Hooters chicken wings are hot, wait till you check out this week's action on the Hooters Tour.
Gosh, it's a little chimp. Oh, he looks like a little person.
They're really not.
Look how smart he is.
They're not very intelligent, honey. They're dopey.
Look at him.
We have a dummy on our hood. Oh, where's he going?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And now, Valley of the Apes.
Fellow Americans, recently it's been reported in the national media that I am preoccupied with Hooters. I wish to state for the record that I have not been sneaking out in the middle of the night and going to Hooters. Reports that I have been seen eating a big plate of nearly world-famous chicken wings are simply not true. It's just another attempt to discredit the policies of this administration. Thank you.
Charlie Whittington, a young man from Columbus, Georgia. He was also a former college All-America from Columbus College, and I remember in '91, he won a golf tournament out at Olive Branch, Mississippi with a 61 in one of his 4 rounds. He's got some hats.
Every head needs a hat.
And if someone's going to give you a conversation piece, then, by gosh, you ought to wear it. And wit, well, maybe, just maybe, it's a superstitious kind of thing. Or maybe it's just a color kind of thing.
Well, it just depends on what I'm wearing that day. Color doesn't really mean anything to me. Obviously, I like red because red's good, positive color. And I got a few hats that have red in it, so usually I'll save my red stuff for like on Sunday when I need to shoot a low round, yeah.
And what if he's leading and needs an extra edge on Sunday?
Black. Black's intimidating.
And when he hits the big time, well, Charlie Whittington just might settle down and wear just one hat.
Payne Stewart gets paid a lot of money to wear those clothes, so if I'm in the position to be Payne Stewart, heck, we'll see what happens.
So Dr. Seuss has the Cat in the Hat, and the Hooters Tour has Charlie Whittington. As we head into final round on the Hooters Tour this week, there are 3 guys that come to the top of the leaderboard. There's Bishop, O'Keefe, and Parker, 12, 11, and 10 under par, respectively.
It was a 3-horse race with 2 strokes separating first from third. David Bishop of Plantation, Florida, was one up on Jack O'Keefe from Little Rock, Arkansas. O'Keefe quickly applies pressure with this birdie on hole number 1. Greg Parker of Plantation, Florida, is 4 back, looking to make a move. Greg will birdie number 2, moving to 8 under par. Terrence Miskell also birdies number 2, and he'll move to within 2 strokes of our leaders at 10 under par. O'Keefe will take the lead on hole number 2 with this eagle. His 3 here moves him to 14 under par. Bishop evens the score on hole number 6, birdieing the par 5, and he now stands at 13 under par. O'Keefe will take the lead back at hole number 10 with this birdie. He'll birdie yet again at the par 5 13th hole, going to 15 under par and a 2-shot lead over David Bishop. On 14, Bishop makes an outstanding approach shot to the par 4. He'll make the putt to go 14 under par. O'Keefe will not let up. He too makes a great approach.
This is number 14, my second shot. I've got 123 yards, and it's just a nice pitching wedge distance. And David Bishop just hit a great shot in there, about a foot, and I hit mine in there. It's going right at it, and it stops about 3.5, 4 feet away, and I knocked that putt in to take a 2-shot lead.
Jack moves to 16 under par with 4 holes remaining. He'll make 1 more coming in on hole number 16, giving him a 3-stroke lead over the field with 2 holes to play.
I played good down the stretch and putted really well, so I think the greens are good out here.
All right.
The final leaderboard, O'Keefe at 199. David Bishop 3 back, with Craig Perks making a big jump today with a 7 under par 65. He and Greg Parker share 3rd place. Several other players making our top 10 leaderboard, of which is Andrew Morris, who last year was runner-up in the Naturally Fresh Points Championship.
So, Sunday's complete. We've got another champion. Time now for one of my favorite features in the show. Let's take a moment to meet 5 great guys from the Hooters Pro Golf Tour.
I'm Scott Gardner with the Hooters Golf Tour from Clinton, Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Ben Walter. I play for the Hooters Jordan Tour. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, my name is Javier Sanchez. I'm here in Douglas, Georgia, playing on the Hooters TC Jordan Golf Tour. I'm from Conyers, Georgia, and I'm glad to be here.
My name is Rick Gear. I'm with the Hooters Jordan Tour, and I'm from Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Hi, my name is Antonio Serrano. I'm with the Hooters Jordan Tour. I'm original from Spain, but live in Springfield, Missouri.
Stay tuned. We'll see the breakdown of the Naturally Fresh Foods $250,000 bonus race.
My barbecue sauce has the big, bold taste that really makes barbecue taste great. Barbecue sauce.
That's not barbecue sauce. This is barbecue sauce.
Jackaroo barbecue sauce. Big time from a big place.
So, the half hour certainly has gone quickly, We have enjoyed our stay here this week at the Douglas Golf and Country Club. The weather notwithstanding, a great community, some great volunteers, and everyone out here on the staff. They just made it such an enjoyable week. Next week, we move up the road to Columbia, South Carolina.
If I remember correctly, we'll be at Oak Hills Golf and Country Club, a course that we played a couple years ago. This year it's going to be called the Rich Tex Classic. The guys are going to have to tee it up with a lot of length. They're going to have to watch where they hit it. It's a good layout and should provide a good test for their game.
That's right, and we'll be up there to play for $100,000 again. And as Kim and I say goodbye, we would like for you to take a look at our points leaders and our money leaders.
Yeah, I think 1995 is going to be a banner year for us. As you mentioned, we made a lot of progress in 1994, but I think at the end of this year, 95, the things we're going to look back on is real highlights. Certainly, first of all, going to a qualifying school and all exempt status tour, I think is going to be a big step for us. Moving from the 21 events last year to 27 events this year is going to be big. And I think probably the biggest thing is going to be the increase in terms of media exposure and what we're looking to do with our weekly TV show this week on the Hooters Tour, as well as the live television that we're looking at for several events.
Hi, my name is Heather. I'm from the Jacksonville Beach Hooters. Please join us next week, same time, same channel, for more great golf on This Week on the Hooters Tour.
This Week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you in part by Hooters Restaurants, delightfully tacky yet unrefined. By Bud Light, it won't fill you up, never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. Naturally fresh, preservative-free salad dressing, sauces, and dips. And by Jackaroo Barbecue Sauce, big taste from a big place.